Hot damn, we're live.
All right.
All right.
Cheers, boy.
Cheers, everybody. Yeah, I saw somebody asking about what's in the glass earlier, and they did a bottle kill on an Evan Williams small batch to make it sound like a whiskey sour or something. But
Yep.
I was kind of reading a little bit as we were discussing our topics for tonight. But gosh, I hope everybody's doing all right. We got another good informational topic for tonight that everybody can get involved in. Uh, Cheers. So what do you have in your glass?
Little Evan Williams, the 1783 small batch for the Heroes Edition. This
Okay.
is the 2023 version.
Well, I'm proving a point tonight. Shoe Man Fu says water from me tonight. I'm proving a point tonight. So I pulled out a three bourbons. Well, two to go with this one that's well overpriced and overhyped. I pulled out Jefferson's Ocean.
Okay.
This is one I kind of keep on the shelf, but I wouldn't send anyone a sample of it unless you really want to try something that tastes like bland tea. I can send you some. But I'm starting off with Noble Oak, which is a double oak.
Okay.
So this is finished with it's not double barreled, but they put the sherry staves, sherry oak staves in there in
Mhm.
the barrel. It's pretty good. It's not wonderful. I think three proprietary result, blah blah. This is MGP. Okay,
Yep.
so they get a hold of it. They put the staves in there. I mean, everybody can guess what it tastes like, but it's not like in your face strong or anything. And then I've got Bullet 10 year because I want to go from this to Bullet 10, and then let's just see if I can taste anything at all by the time I get to the Jefferson Ocean. So
There you go.
Heaven Hill Bottle on. Hey, that's a good one.
There you go. Yep, that's pretty tasty.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, and it's my night for samples, and I've already made up my mind. I'm doing all cast strength tonight, so I haven't picked them out yet, but I've got tons of cast strength. I'll find some good ones to go in there.
Cheers, Woody.
All right, so we have our topics that we've been going over. Last week we went over Scotch whiskey by region,
Mhm.
and so we went over all the different Scotch regions and even one that's not really recognized. But tonight we're on American whiskey styles. And
Okay.
this is not by region unless you want to consider the United States a region. But now we're going to be covering bourbons, rye, Tennessee whiskeys, and single malts and other. So the ones we have coming up in the coming weeks are flavor factors. You know what uh, in any type of whiskey, what are the most prominent flavor factors that hit, and then we're going to look at international whiskeys after that. But today we're on American whiskey styles. So we're going to start off with bourbon, and that's
Yep.
no simple thing right there,
Yeah.
uh, because in that you got bourbon, you got straight bourbon, you got bottled and bond, you've got wheated bourbon, you got high rye bourbon, you've got
Mhm.
a whole bunch to cover here with bourbon.
Yep.
But the topics are here. That's the slide for topics. We're going to be looking at American whiskeys, and the first topic up is bourbon.
Here we go.
All right. So before we get started on what constitutes all that, because 99% of the people in this chat already know what frick bourbon is. They know every style of it. They know all of it.
Probably own most of them.
So if I said, hey, you get one bottle you can name, just
Mhm.
or let's say not even one bottle, because like sometimes ECBP or a Booker will come out and it's really good, but the rest of them are, But if you had, and I already know what you're gonna pick. I have a strong inclination of what you're gonna pick. But if you could pick one standard bottle from a distiller, which distillery and what bottle? So, like if I said, "Oh, I'm going to pick Old Forester and 1920."
Yeah.
Now, if
Okay.
they making it, you can switch and pick something different. But and as long as they're making it, that's your pick. Which one would yours be?
Let's see. For a bourbon,
Yeah.
I would say my quintessential bourbon would be E.H. Taylor, the small batch.
Okay. All right. I was certainly thinking you were going to say Wild Turkey.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah, Wild Turkey 101. Yep. Yeah.
See, I posed the question and I wasn't ready to answer it myself.
Yeah, there you go, Woody. Still Austin.
No,
that's not really what I call like a quintessential. That's a Texas, style, and they're doing really good.
Yeah, I think if I had to pick one, and I do this all the time when I travel, I can always get it. It's always there, whether they have the double oaked or not. They always have Woodford Reserve. And so I think Woodford Reserve, especially the double oaked, that would be mine.
Yeah.
But if I couldn't have the double oaked all the time, I think I would get but I can find it here quite readily. Oh yeah. I'm about to write your name down.
Top dog says Russell's single barrel.
Great. And if nobody else puts in for it,
Smoke Wagon
RB, I'll just
filtered.
send you the samples.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What's that? Which one?
The Smoke Wagon, uncut, unfiltered.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
now that's MGP.
Yeah, but the earlier versions I liked better too, though.
Yeah.
And then Knob Creek 12, of course, that one's really good.
Oh, and just so RB knows, since we're not doing the bottle giveaway, it's $1 per entry. So you have 2 entries right now for the samples for tonight, but you're the only one in. So you have 100% chance of winning.
Yep. Wild Turkey Rare Breed. That's a good one. I like that.
That Wild Turkey. Oh gosh, it would be so hard for me to pick one, and stick with it. Because Woodford, I've drank. I got a really good deal, and I had 3 bottles, and I didn't have the double oaked, but it was a store pick of Woodford, and I tried the pick, and to me, I was trying to be nice, but it just tasted like Woodford Reserve, and I couldn't tell any difference, and there's Top Dog. And so I was like, oh, wow, man, good pick. Great. I'm just being nice, and so he's like, hey, you going to take one off of me? I was like, hell yeah, I'll take one of those. Cause I like Woodford anyway. And we ended up drinking together at his little tasting counter, and he ended up giving me 3 bottles or two for free.
Wow.
Yeah. And he said, it was like, cause I said something about sending samples. He's like, oh yeah, here, I'll give you one to send samples out with.
There you go.
And I was like, okay, this is a while back, but I get tired of drinking the same thing over and over again.
Oh yeah. Me too. And that's why I've got a really varied selection of all kinds of stuff, from bourbons to rye to Irish, Scotch, and, all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah. That Wild Turkey 8-year, that's good. And I used to get the 101 by the handle, the big one.
Yep. Most of the time, I usually don't have the same pour twice in a row. If I'm pouring this, I'm starting off with the 1783, I'll have this pour here and then I'll go to something else, and I have a little sample of something different. And then, because some of them are sweeter, some of them are, you get different flavors with different ones. Old Granddad, yeah, that's a good one. I like
Oh
it.
yeah,
I
can't
like
go
the
wrong.
114 better for it. It's only like $5 or $10 more than the regular old Granddad, and I like it better. The bonded.
Yep. And of course, then you
114.
got the whole Buffalo Trace stuff. The affordable stuff like Eagle Rare,
Yeah,
EH Taylor, stuff like that. I like throwing that in there every once in a while. Hell, I like a good pour of just a regular old Buff Trace every once in a while.
yeah. My wife will like that one there. Occasionally, she'll have a mix like a little mixed drink of some sort, and that's what she'll typically use for it because she doesn't like too much proof. And what Buff Trace is, the regular old Buff, it's like what 80 proof or something,
Uh,
84. I don't know.
yeah, something like that. Well, it's 90.
Is it
Yeah,
90?
it's 45.90 on the
Okay.
Buffalo Trace. So let me go over a little bit of this here. So bourbon. A quintessentially American spirit is defined by a strict set of regulations. Okay, the mash bill must contain at least 51% corn. The remaining grain has to be cereal grains, but it typically includes rye, wheat, and or malted barley. The production for it must be produced in the United States. Distillation cannot exceed 160 proof or 80%. It's aged in new charred oak barrels. It enters the barrel at a maximum of 125 proof, which is 62.5% ABV, and it's bottled at a minimum of 80 proof, but there is no max. Now, when we get into full proof, now cast strength, if you put it in the barrel at 125,
That's
you
the
have
highest
to,
barrel entry, I think.
yeah, so when it's barreled, the proof's going to go up. Full proof is mostly. Well, you're going to lose. You're going to lose some water into the barrel. It's a new oak barrel. It's going to soak some water in, leaving some alcohol behind. It's going to go up some. And how long? It depends on how long you leave it in there. But if you put it in at 125 or whatever you put it in the barrel at for cast strength, you can call it cast strength. You can put it in the barrel at 116 proof, bottle it at 122 proof or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But for full proof, you put it in at 125, and no matter what the proof goes up to, you bring it back down to 125 and bottle it the same. That's full proof. So don't get that mixed up with cast strength. And then we've got bourbon. So bourbon, there is no minimum age limit on bourbon, but typically you want some color. You cannot add color or flavorings to bourbon and still call it bourbon. So you typically want to leave it in there long enough if you're just going to call it bourbon. It could usually around, I guess the minimum, I don't know, 8 to 18 months or somewhere along in there. Some people try to skate by quick and it tastes young. The other thing is if it's straight bourbon, it has to be 2 years at least at a minimum. And you're supposed to have an age statement if it's under 4, but bottled and bond is 4 or more.
Yep.
And it has to be one distillery, one season, the batch, in a bonded warehouse, all that stuff, that's bottled and bond. And it has to be 50%, 100 proof to be bottled and bond.
Yep. I remember on Top Dog's entries here, it was 5 for him and 5 for RB.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. No wonder you left that up there. All right. Well, I'll change that to 7. And that to 5. Okay. We got it. Yeah. See, learn to read, man. I gotta read.
Yep.
But so here's my next question. We talked about, what bourbon.
Oh, goodness.
Now I want to cover 2 topics. What's your favorite sipping bourbon? Like not just, your everyday, but like if you were going to have a glass of the best bourbon you've ever had that you can remember, what would you pour in that glass? And I'm talking straight, neat.
Well, heck. Oh man, I don't know. Oh shoot, I'm not positive. I'm not really sure about that one.
I can tell you, for me, I don't have it anymore.
Mm,
I drank it all, but it was. Wait, did I? Yeah, I did. It's gone. Um, but aside from that one, I think I like more interesting bourbons, the finished ones, the ones that have a little cocoa in there, a little. I love that Holland's Ghost, man. And the other one that was very, very interesting was Rebecca Creek
yeah,
with that molasses flavor to it
yeah.
and
So
all.
that was really interesting. I did have a sample of the uh, this year's George T. Stagg, and that was quite good, although a bit proofy. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
it was a little higher proof. What was it, 136, 137, something like that. So it's not.
That's about
It's good, but it's not something that I would want to drink a lot of, or unless I watered it down just a smidge.
now, but some of the best ones I've had are the old decanter bottles of
Hmm.
Four Roses. Those are so good.
Okay.
The
Now
stuff you can't get anymore, though.
I've got an old Seagram's VO from real old, it's like from the '60s, and it's quite good, but it's really light, real mellow, easy sipper sort of thing. It's low proof too. What is it, like 80, 86.8?
Yeah. Oh, and Mr. Mom said Dragon's Milk and the Rebecca Creek. Yeah, that Rebecca Creek is so unique. One of the best ones I have right now. Now I can't name it. It's not. It's an American whiskey. We'll get to that one later. I went to look at it. No, I do like the Smoke Wagon, uncut, unfiltered. As a good. Now, next question: what would be your mixer, your go-to mixer? It's not really up to snuff. I mean, there's not a
Mm,
lot of bourbon. Like I always say, I don't kick any of them out of bed, but there's some I prefer more.
yeah,
But for a uh, it doesn't have to be bottom shelf. It doesn't have to be like straight Jim Beam, but
yeah.
something kind of there
That
to
does
me.
make a pretty good mixture though. The bottled and bond white label Jim Beam.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Oh,
makes
I was gonna say, yeah. Don't go for the base Jim Beam, but yeah, the white label bottled and bond's good.
Yeah, I mean that's good. I mean it's a low price one too. But it makes a good mixture and it's pretty decent neat too.
hmm I've mixed a lot with Wild Turkey 101,
Yep.
making some, but I got kind of pretentious about my old fashions, and so I like a little smoke to them or a little oakiness to them.
Yeah.
And I tend to go for, and I like the rye spice in my old fashions.
Yeah. If I can make it old fashioned, maybe like a Mayor Pingree rye. That makes a pretty good one. Um, the double oak, the Woodford double oaks makes a pretty
Uh,
good
yeah,
old fashioned.
yep, they do. And I have the Woodford old fashioned mix with the Woodford cherries and the Woodford double oak. That's a
Mhm.
hell of an old fashioned right there. Now
Yeah.
it's sweet. It depends how much you pour in there, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, even that, and I don't like maybe like a bullet, a bullet bourbon or the rye, either one would make a good mix.
Yeah,
10 year old, 10-year old.
Bullet. I like Bullet, the regular orange label Bullet.
Mm-hmm.
I usually, if I'm out somewhere and that's kind of all they have, I'll get Bullet on the rocks
Yeah.
and kind of let it water down a little bit. But they ran out of Bullet bourbon, and so I got Bullet Rye. Man, that has some funk to it. That plain green label rye,
Yeah.
the bottom shelf Bullet Rye.
I've got the 10-year. I don't think it's got a green label on it. I have to look.
What did Top Dog say?
Well, it's kind of green. The Bullet 95 rye.
Oh, you see, that's a 10 though.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm talking about the base. You know, like Bullet has an orange label, the base bourbon, and then the
Yeah.
base rye has a green label. It's got some funk to it. Young funk is what it is. Yeah, Bullet Rye is MGP. It's just not aged very much.
We'll have a little pour of this. I haven't had that in a while. Good old Weller 12. A little of
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty good. Weller 12, pretty good stuff.
Yeah, a little weeded, isn't it? Yeah, original weeded bourbon.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, all the Wellers they go all the way up through the antique.
107.
Yeah, 107, CYPB, all the way up to Old Rip, and then your Pappies. That's all the same mash bill. All
Yeah.
that the wheated mash bill. Yeah.
Kind of grapey.
Yeah, a little orange peel in the Bullet. Yeah. One of my favorites, we went to Disney and we stayed at Animal Kingdom, and they had that big rustic bar downstairs, you know, and I would go down there and I would get the Knob Creek, the 120, and I'd get a double 120 over ice.
Yeah.
And they gave you, it was in a tall little skinny glass. And
Collins
with
glass.
little Swizzler sticks in it, and I would sip it out of that. That was pretty good.
Wild Turkey American Honey as the simple syrup. Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye. Splash of Grand Marnier. Orange liqueur. Orange and Angostura bitters in a sweet cherry. That would make a quite good old fashioned.
Yeah, I'll tell you this too. I have tried some different orange liqueurs, and I can tell you, if they don't have Grand Marnier, go somewhere else and get you a bottle of it.
Yeah, Grand Marnier. That's what you need. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good in an old fashioned like that, and also what is they put that in? What's the one with tequila?
Yeah, margarita. You can do, you do the triple sec and the Grand Marnier, and I used to do the Jose Cuervo Especial, you know, the silver.
Yeah,
and squeeze lime in there. Yeah, that's about it. Shake it up.
That's very good.
Oh, Cointreau in a pinch. Yeah.
Control. Yeah.
Yeah.
Control.
Yeah, Cointreau.
I'm not French. You can't even pronounce it.
Yeah.
Ooh, let me smoke it. Fire up this here stogie.
Oh yeah, I mean it's wheated, and so you're going to be limited on those notes, but that Antique 107 is good.
Yeah, they do above choice reading. Yeah, good stuff. Luckily, I think some of this stuff is starting to get a little bit better distribution nowadays.
Oh yeah, Lori. I don't think I can get any more of it, but I still have. I've been saving it. I have not been. I drink a glass at Christmas, and that's it. So I still have several ounces of it. I'll include that in the future here with these samples. Yeah, that Holland's Ghost, if I remember correctly, it's 107 proof, and that's about how many dollars it costs. $107. Yeah, $1 of proof. Oh, Holland's Ghost is Virginia. It is the Reservoir Distillery in Virginia, and Reservoir Distillery sells their barrels, their used bourbon barrels, because they do a bourbon too, which Holland's Ghost is, but they sell their first used bourbon barrels to
Brewery.
a brewery, and they make what they call an ardent stout out of those bourbon barrels. And then Reservoir buys those barrels back and then puts their bourbon in there and ages it in ardent stout barrels.
Oh, okay.
And it is about as dark as Rebecca Creek, but man, you get some interesting flavors out of it. It is fantastic.
I've got a beer one behind me. My cousin, what was my cousin? I guess it would be nephew. He sent me some from Michigan. There's some bullet.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bullet 10 here. Refresh my memory. Refresh my memory.
I didn't see that, Mr. Mom. I've got a regular whiskey smoking kit, but I don't use it very often.
Oh, you got a thing to smoke your old fashions with?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can make one out of I have a plan. Well, you don't really need a plan for it, but there's a spacer you're supposed to put in there and drill a hole in the back and put this like smoke deal in. And you have the little portable smoker, little lighter thing.
Mm-hmm.
And but you can do it out of a Booker's box, where you slide the plastic up and down. There's that bullet. I remember it. Smoker kit. Yeah, whiskey smoke.
Combo Joy. Let's see here. But mine looks like this. It's like a little barrel.
Mm-hmm.
That opens up, and then that's where you put your wood in there, and then smoke comes out the bottom on your glass.
Okay.
A couple of little grooves there that the smoke can fill up the glass and then kind of come out those grooves.
Yeah, the one that I was going to make, which I had tried someone had. You take a Booker's box, and you slide the plastic up and set your glass in there and lower it back down, and it's got a hole drilled in the back of the box where the hose from that portable, that little handheld little smoker thing. You put in there. It's like a lighter. You put wood in it, and the smoke gets drawn over in there, and it settles down on the whiskey.
It comes with 2 ice ball makers.
Oh, okay.
Glass, and then you're like 6 different woods.
Right.
Apple, oak, cherry, walnut, pear, and peach.
Yep. Yeah, that's them. Nope. Pecan. Yeah, that was yeah.
That's a pretty cool little kit. I like it.
Yeah, my only problem with it is using it inside. Like you have a whole shop area, with a bar. Yeah. Man, if I did that in here, I'd smoke the whole damn house up.
Well, your place is separated though, so it would smoke up our area.
I mean, I'm over here, and the rest of the house is right on the other side of that door. But yeah,
with your that bar is you got a what is it, the wall air conditioner, the split system?
It's a mini split. Yeah,
there you go, mini split. I couldn't think of the word.
Yeah. And it's the one of them inverter units, but you never hear it. But it keeps this room exact same temp all the time.
Yeah. The pecan would probably be pretty good, Orlando. The peach I have not tried. The last one I made, I used cherry, and it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, well, pretty much any fruit bearing tree.
Yeah, fruit or nut.
Fruit or nut is supposed to make good smoke.
Yeah. Like in Kentucky, when they cook on the pits, they use hickory. It's the main wood of choice up there. I can't do that. Even up there, I couldn't do it because I'm allergic to the hickory smoke. It gives me migraines, sinus headaches.
My whole thing with hickory though is super sweet smoke and it's sticky as hell.
Yeah.
It's like parking your car under a pecan tree sticky. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of it to be super sticky.
That's what I use down here when I'm cooking on the pit. I use pecan and then a little bit of wild cherry that I brought back from Kentucky.
Cherry is one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice and light. I do have a little bit of apple that I got down here too, and it's good too. It's nice. It's a nice light, sweet smoke.
I've just never used peach wood before.
No, I haven't used peach.
So I can't really speak to it. Don't know.
Oh, there you go, Orlando. He says, "Smoke your glass in the restroom and turn on the fart fan."
Yeah.
And the next person who goes in the bathroom is like, "Oh."
Yeah, somebody should have burnt logs.
Smoking some weird stuff in the bathroom here. Y'all got ripped off. That's what is that? Mexican ditchweed?
So have we covered the bourbons all the way?
I believe so.
I think so. I think everybody here already knows about
now from bourbons. It still branches off of bourbons because it may be a weeded bourbon or a double barreled bourbon or there's so many different ones that are adding different staves to and putting it in different barrels for finishes.
Now I did list 4 quintessential what I consider. This is not a complete list, but I listed Buffalo Trace and I listed Weller, Eagle Rare, E.H. Taylor, Stag, etc. Jim Beam, I've got Legent, Baker's, Booker's, Knob Creek, etc. Old Forester, their whole lineup. And then Wild Turkey, of course, the namesake, 101, and then the Russell's, which has the Russell's Reserve.
10-year.
Kentucky Spirit, Rare Breed, and all of that. That's just the ones I had listed down here for bourbons. But let's move on to rye whiskey. And this one here is a point of contention for me because I am a huge, huge fan. And I think anyone who tried it would be of Still Austin. That is a really freaking good rye, and especially if Nancy Fraley has a
their basic Shelfer rye is 100% rye and quite good. I mean, I was really impressed the first time I ever tried it. I'm like, oh wow, this is really good. Now it's older, got more age to it, and it's gotten better.
Yeah, good question there, Peter White. I have not. And right now, of course, I know I brought this up before. I'm kind of in between jobs. I'm looking for one right now. So I'm kind of hanging on to the money. So I haven't gone out to bourbon shopping. But as soon as I land something and get back on the income steady, I will start putting more stuff back on my shelf here.
Ooh.
But until then, I will live vicariously through all y'all. So if you've had it, let me know. I would know, is it noticeably better than, was it 9, the regular?
10.
10? Yeah, the 10. Is it noticeably better, or is it
think so.
Another little hype jump?
It's just 2 more years of age. But you might get a little bit more of the barrel influence on it.
Maybe.
Really.
But
they're going to have to put it down on the lower racks, in the rick house, so they can keep it that long. They put it up top. It's going to be dark. They're going to lose way too much to Angel Share.
Do you know what popped in my head? And then this was a knee-jerk initial thought. They said, we're not doing away with the 10.
Yeah,
we're adding the 12, and then we'll still have the double rare and all that.
Yeah,
The first thing that popped in my head was somebody didn't rotate the barrels right. They lost track, and they had a bunch of barrels that aged longer than they should have, and so they created this new.
No, I'm sure that they had it planned out because all their stuff is probably on a big old computer spreadsheet.
Probably, but they have massive rick houses and a bunch of them.
Yeah, I'm sure stuff does get misplaced or kind of lost occasionally.
Lost in the shuffle a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Orlando, what? I had 50 mil of Still Austin the Artist and it hit him like sipping sauerkraut juice. What?
What?
Well, the Artist is their normal one.
Yeah, that's the base.
Yeah.
It's still good. I like it. It's not sauerkraut.
Yeah,
he had a cork bottle.
Yeah, maybe. Well, no, I think they use synthetic corks.
No, I thought it was one of the smoothest ryes, but I like their cast strengths.
Top Dog, the only Jack single barrel in the house is my wife's favorite. Oh, okay. Mine is Corbin Cash. Yeah. Yeah, no, they make a dang good rye. That Merced rye, man, that's some good stuff. Right, I've been really liking.
Here's what rye is. Rye whiskey is known for its distinct spicy character. The mash bill has to be at least 51% rye in the grain, just like bourbon has to be corn. Flavor profile offers a spicier, more robust taste with notes of pepper, cinnamon, and sometimes a hint of dill, which I don't know. I'm just going by what I've been told. Aging, typically aged in new charred oak barrels, contributing depth and character. Has a rich history in America, particularly in the Northeast, where early settlers favored it for its bold flavor. I think they favored it because back then we didn't have a lot of choice, in agriculture, and rye grows cold, right? You can grow rye, more rye up cold. I think that's why they favored it. But anyway, it does have bold flavor, and you can get used to anything. And if you get used to drinking straight rye, it's hard, to switch off. Versatility, well suited for cocktails like the Manhattan and Old Fashioned due to its bold flavor profile. Younger ryes tend to be more grain forward, while older ryes develop more mature vanilla, oak, and dried fruit notes. So
I don't get that as much. Some of the ryes, like Orlando says, you get that kind of pickly note to it.
You can. Well, the younger stuff, the immature stuff's harder. Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff will age out. And so maybe the one sample that he tried, the little 50 mil, it may have been one of their earlier batches.
Yep.
Because their stuff has got a lot more age to it now. It's 4, 5, and 6 year old stuff, so it's aging really well. It's just expensive.
Well, Joe, it's expensive. Overhyped, over oaked. A lot of it is. I mean, the antique collection came about with all of the different experimental mash bills or aging techniques and things like cooler, warmer, more humid, less humid, and they come up with all their stuff. But most of it's a bunch of hype. Shane or Sean,
Cheers, Shane, he'll answer either one.
Whatever. Drink enough, he'll answer to both.
Yep. Whiskey Wars. If y'all ain't a member, go join. Y'all need to get on his channel. Well, he doesn't do a whole lot of posting here recently, but occasionally. We did the last one I joined him with was did a farewell to Ozzy sort of thing. Played a bunch of different Ozzy and some Black Sabbath. And it was fun. It's good to hear a lot of that old music.
All right, I finally poured it. Jefferson's overpriced ocean.
Uh-huh.
All right, so I've had I didn't kill this. Okay, I gave it a fair shake.
No, cheers.
I poured two other around 90 proof. One of them was 91 point whatever proof, but the other one was 90 proof.
Yeah.
It's 90 proof. So I started with the Sherry Oak Staves, but then I went to Bullet 10-year. So now I'm going to have the Jefferson's Ocean following that. So that's
Okay.
where we are right here. And I'm going to give you my honest opinion of this.
Okie dokie. Oh, groovy.
Nose is it has a nose.
Underwhelming.
Underwhelming, yeah.
Whiskey Wars will be live Friday in Ben's spot. Okay, so about 8:00
Awesome.
Central.
Very vanilla, very sweet.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's Jefferson's Ocean.
Yep. Just a nice, easy, lower proof, easy sipping bourbon.
Yep. And it's a blend
With a story.
With a story. They put it on a boat and rock it. Rocking and a rolling, splishing and a splashing. Yeah, I'm still thinking though. I came up with a good idea. If we had a truck that could drive up and down the across the Mason Dixon line, and we could call it aged. I don't know what we would call it. Aged in America. You know, just instead of aged at sea, aged in a dirt road. You know,
call it road whiskey.
Road whiskey. That's it. Yeah.
And we can call it road hard and put up wet.
All right. So under rye, I have listed because they tend, and I know it's not they make a good one every once in a while, but Michter's always has a decent rye.
Yeah.
And then Parker's Heritage tends to have good rye. And then I listed the Barrel Seagrass on here because that was a one-hit wonder of a rye.
Yeah, finished.
And then Willet makes good ryes too.
Yeah, Willet. And see, I've got Mayor Pingree. Now the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye.
Yep.
These are fantastic.
And for the price, you can't beat that.
Yeah, that's like me. What was it, like about $65, something like that. And that one's at 127 proof. So, it's going to last you a little while. But it's really good. I was surprised. I'm not a big Jack Daniels guy.
But look at the Nancy pick at $90, right?
Yeah.
And then some of these, like the Seagrass was, I've seen it for $135.
Nah, I give what did I get for mine? 75 or something maybe.
Oh, you talking about the Seagrass?
Yeah, the Barrel Seagrass.
I didn't get it at first, and then people started jacking the price up on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen it, like I said, as high as $135.
Oh yeah, yeah. And they start jacking up like that. I'm like, y'all can just keep it. I don't care.
I've seen some Willet ryes go for over 100 easy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking about the sought after. You're paying
purple tops or whatever. Yeah, agreed, rye guy. Yeah, see, Willet tends to have that dill note. Yeah, that pickly dill note. The Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye for $53. Wow,
yes,
at the door.
Seagrass 68. Yeah, and that was that one that came out, the first one, the batch, whatever. That's the one they were shooting up in price.
Yeah, well, that one, there's no more of it. So, people will pay, whatever they can if they want it that bad. I had that batch and it was good. I really like that one. I've got a different batch of that same Seagrass now. I don't remember what batch it is, but it's not quite as good as the original.
Barrels went on tour with him across America and in their own truck put out by Bardstown. Okay. Good for him. If they had done that with me, they'd be empty by the time they got
Yeah. You can't slam the brakes on and break the barrels now.
Well,
They got
you
some
know, Brad
crossroads. Oh,
Paisley,
yeah.
when he goes on tour, or anyone that's popular at the moment, what do they have? A fleet of semis that go.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, and he's
Oh
in
yeah.
the tour bus, and
Yep. Yeah, you can't put much whiskey barrels in a tour bus. Not no room.
yeah. See, Brad Paisley took my idea, man,
Hmm.
driving them barrels around.
Seagrass Gray is 160, 180. The gold is 5.
Yeah,
And then the toasted is unobtainium.
yeah, titanium. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 160 to 180, it better just knock your socks off. $500, they'll never see that for me. I'm not paying
No,
$500 for. I don't care what bottle it is.
I'm not going to say I would never buy a bottle like that if I won the lottery or I don't know, had something hit, some stock hit or something, you know, that
Well, yeah, if I
shot
won a
off.
lottery
But,
or something where money is not an object, then yeah,
well,
probably.
yeah, but even then, I'm not a caviar freaking kind of guy.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, I don't want to lose my roots. You
I'm
know what
not
I'm
going to
saying?
spend $2,000 just because it says Pappy on the label.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind. I would get more if I had that kind of rancid, stinky money. I would probably buy bottles like that every once in a while to try them and then give
Mhm.
them away and just
Yeah.
give samples away.
Oh yeah, yeah. It'd be fun just to give out samples of that. 2 ounces to whoever.
Yep.
That'd be cool. I've got one sample I've got of which one it was.
He said blackened his age to Metallica music. it's like it's like the Wagyu beef over in Japan where they play the music to the
Hmm.
cow.
Yeah, yeah. I got a bottle of that one when it first came out. It's not bad. I mean, it's not fantastic, but it's not bad.
Mm. All right, so here it is. Can you remember a favorite sipping rye? Straight,
Still
straight.
Austin
Yeah, me too.
so
Yeah, the
far.
Fraley picks. Yeah. Well, and
Hmm.
I like the 21091. But again,
Yeah.
basically, Nancy said y'all need to pick a barrel from over there, so they did.
Hmm.
Um, they still picked the barrel, but you know, uh, but yeah, that's a good one. Now, mixer. What's your favorite old fashioned rye?
Um, shoot, old fashioned rye. Probably wild turkey.
Yeah.
Wild turkey rye, or I've been sipping on this Maripingri. That's a really good rye. I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
This is store pick. It's 7 year, 57.5 proof Maripingri.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's quite good.
Had to get rid of one of those empty water bottles there.
Let's see, I don't know that I have too much of the rye. They got a Corbin Cash. Now that's a really good one. I think that'd probably be the one that I would make like an old fashioned high, the rye old fashioned. Let's see. Oh, here you go. Yeah, the Merced rye.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
Corbin.
yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty dark too. This is the 21090 pick though, so that's a 136 proofer.
Wow.
Pretty high.
Yeah, that's a one and done. One shot, one kill.
Yeah, you don't want much of that one. Let's see, what else for a rye? And maybe the H Taylor. That would probably be.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a good one.
They got Sagamore too.
Yeah,
Some of the double oak for the
I
barley.
think
Sherry.
I think a Michter's rye would be good for that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't have a Michter's rye currently.
They're easy to get.
Probably because I drank it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and usually, typically, what you see, and depends on where you are. You'll either start with ryes and then go into bourbons, or you'll have bourbons and then down in the corner there's ryes. When the
Mm,
labels start turning green, you know you've hit it.
there you go. Yeah, you usually have a section, rye section, typically in a lot of the stores nowadays.
Yeah,
Just a
I accidentally bought a Michter's rye one time. I was just buying a bottle of Michter's, but they put Michter's way down at the end of the bourbon, and right beside it was the rye. And if you're not looking close, the label is they don't really stand out.
Yeah.
And I got it home, but I enjoyed it. It was fine. 50 milliliter. Oh yeah.
Cheers,
Now
Marty.
drain pour rye. There you go. What's your favorite drain pour?
Dang. I'm not sure that I've had one.
Mm,
Um,
well, I only say that I haven't poured it out, but it's Whistle Pig.
oh, okay. Yeah.
I just that funk in that Whistle Pig, and it's a 10 100 100
Mm-hmm.
and 10-year. You know,
Yep.
and I bought it excitedly. It was $100 for the bottle. Got it home, couldn't wait. Bought it about noonish or so.
Yeah.
About 4:30, I was like, I can't wait any longer. This is a respectable time. Poured me a glass of it, let it air out a little bit. It was the most awful $100 I've ever spent. Yeah, yeah, I guess you could say, yeah. As far as that, the most awful $100. Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
worse, but
Uh, Richard J says Castle and Key is a drain pour for him.
yeah. I don't know.
Same.
Well, the Castle and Key rye, I haven't had the rye. I like.
Well, I think
Where'd it go? I drank it. It was a
when they
weeder.
first came out, Castle and Key, I tried some of that. I'm like, oh, this is not good. I think they have improved and aged their stuff longer, so it's getting better now.
I had the wheated bourbon, the Castle and Key,
Mm-hmm.
and I finished it off pretty readily. It was just too easy to drink for me.
Yeah.
And it was just the right amount of, I mean, like I said, it wasn't anything like it was going to wow you, you know,
Yeah.
but it was a quintessential, well, wheaters. What's going to wow you out of a wheater, right?
Nah, not
It's
much.
a
Weeder's
small-
just,
Yeah.
mellow sipper, really.
Yeah. Super soft. Super soft.
Yeah. Let's see. Lotioning. A little of that. The mix, the blend.
Oh,
Oh, I need something else to sip on.
I've got something for people I don't like. I've got 2 bottles from Trader Joe's. Gosh.
Treaty Oaks, nasty.
Toenail clippings and funk.
Sounds tasty.
Now, actually, I put my tasting notes on it. Was one of them was oh yeah, Bacos and Liquid Smoke. That was the tasting notes that were forward on it. Jeff the Creed. Do you have a Jeff the Creed?
Yeah, I think so.
Somebody's asking opinion. I don't have one.
That's old Dragon Bones. Let's see. That's Jepson's.
Oh no, I have a Jepson's. Jepson's.
Yeah, this is
Jepson's.
that's a pig, Port Night.
Now this one here is really good. This is a River Point pick of the Jepson's bourbon.
Oh, there you go. There's an almost drain pour one right there.
Oh, what's that?
Baum Brothers Distillery.
Oh, yeah.
It's a rye. Although this is Galena, Illinois, which I don't know. She got dust on it. dust all over that bottle. Tell you what, we'll pour just a little splash and see if it's improved any by sitting for over a year or so.
There you go. Well, I'm drinking
Unimproved.
Jefferson's Ocean, so you can't get too much worse than me. I mean, this Jefferson's Ocean, my whole thing with it is it just tastes kind of sweet and vanilla.
Yeah.
But it's $68, $70 or whatever, right? It's just not worth it at 90 proof.
We'll just pour a little old half-ounce splash and see if it's gotten any better. Oh, really?
Oh, horribly funky. Okay, yeah.
Something it was milled, mashed, fermented, distilled.
Yeah, I don't remember you getting that bottle, but I don't remember a whole bunch from that trip. We started sampling.
Oh, there you go, right, guys. A little Florida lightning. Well, we're coming up to the lightning round here in just a little bit, so I'll pour a little bit of that because that is fantastic.
What is?
The right guy hand delivered me a little bit of Florida white lightning.
Oh, there you go. I think I still have. No,
And
I don't.
it's really good.
I have something that says tequila moonshine over there.
Oh yeah, that's from him.
Yeah.
I have what have I got that left? The peach Florida lightning. There's just a little bit of that one left.
All right.
It's peachy for sure.
Yeah, we'll get to some of those here in a little bit.
You know what this here Bone Brothers.
Well, I think we beat the hell out of rye. So
Yeah.
Next on my list is basically a bourbon. But it is Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey shares. It's I love the way they word this. Shares similarities with bourbon. Really, you think so? Because it is exactly the same as bourbon with a crucial added step: the Lincoln County process.
Yep.
So it involves filtering whiskey through sugar maple charcoal before aging. So it's the white dog they put through the sugar maple process. But here's the damn thing about it. Anybody could do it with their bourbon.
Yep.
There's no rule. There's no nothing. You can do it. But it is basically bourbon because there's nothing to, but they went and got it flagged as Tennessee whiskey. Now, that's states' rights to do that. Kansas City found a loophole with the up to 2% sherry in there, and they call it Kansas City whiskey. So other states have done it. Now it's the old process. This process, the Lincoln County process, by the way, also known as charcoal mellowing, removes harsh elements and imparts a smoother, mellower character. Then what the hell is wrong with Jack Daniels then?
I don't know. I mean, the old Jack number 7 always had a little funky taste to it to me.
It's got some imperfections, harsh imperfections.
Yeah,
okay, here we go.
Maybe with a yeast or something. I don't know.
Yeah, here's your legal definition.
Right.
In Tennessee, legislation dictates that for a whiskey to be labeled Tennessee whiskey, it must undergo this charcoal mellowing process. That's it.
Yep.
It doesn't even say it has to be made in Tennessee, but I think it does. Similar to bourbon is the mash bill and aging. Same thing. It's all the same rules as bourbon. Smoother, they claim smoother profile. The Lincoln County process contributes significantly to the smoother, less aggressive taste of Tennessee whiskey compared to other styles. This process has historical roots, possibly influenced by African traditions and perfected by individuals like Nathan Nearest Green. So, if you didn't know, Nathan Green worked for Jack Daniels, and he left and formed Uncle Nearest whiskey when he failed to be appreciated there.
Yep.
So he helped perfect that process for Jack Daniel. Jack Daniels is a prime example of a Tennessee whiskey that utilizes the Lincoln County process, and I would dare say Uncle Nearest is the perfection of that process.
Does he charcoal filter his?
Uncle Nearest?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's Uncle Nearest. If you get Uncle Nearest, get the premium, the black label premium one.
Okay.
Gosh, it's freaking good, man. It's way better than
Speaking of Lincoln County process, I wonder if it would be much different if you used, instead of sugar maple, if you use, say, like hickory or pecan or white oak or something like that to filter through.
But they use the sugar maple. I don't know.
I mean, it makes great coals. I mean, that's one of the things I used to cook on in Kentucky. Was white maple, hard rock maple, they call it, sugar maple.
Yeah. Yep.
Same sort of. It's all basically the same tree, but it does make really good, long-lasting coals that
I was going to say the hard ass wood is what it is. Yeah.
Exactly, it's a really hard wood. It's not quite as hard as a few other ones that I use up there, but I didn't cook with. Like dogwood. It's really hard. Ironwood, stupid hard. Really dense.
Mahogany and things, but they're so bitter.
Yeah, mahogany fun, but that would be weird. Hickory's fairly hard. White oak is really hard. It makes really good coals.
Yep. Mash and metal. It also makes it taste like dirt.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It just depends, Yeah,
old number 7's too young. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Well, I never cared for old number 7. Maybe that making it smoother so that it mixes better with Coke.
Yeah. All right. So Tennessee whiskeys I have listed: Jack Daniels, Uncle Nearest, George Dickel, and Chattanooga.
Yep. That's about all I can think of. The only one I've got out of those is Chattanooga. If somebody needs the George Dickel sign that they really like, I got one for you.
Well, I will say this: when I asked, I went to Wikipedia, for Tennessee whiskeys.
Mm-hmm.
There were several more listed. I'd never freaking heard of.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? I've heard of all 4 of these. There we go.
There you go. And, Jack and, that is not very good. Jack and Chattanooga are the only ones that I've really heard of. And the only one I have here on the shelf is the Jack Rye and the Chattanooga 111 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, if anybody else, I just picked on Tennessee whiskey because that's the more prominent one that we hear of. And I know there's other state branded, like Kansas City whiskey is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not as well known.
Oof. Yeah. That one was not very good there. Oof.
Now, right now, I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm going to play the little video clip of it tonight. I haven't picked them out yet, but they will all be cast strength bourbons. But we are doing a sample giveaway. You get 1 entry for every $1. And that mystery box will be 3 2-ounce samples of cast strength bourbons of my choice. I will make sure they are good ones. So there we have that.
13. Yeah.
That's up in about 40 minutes from now. Well, 35 minutes from now. We'll spin a little early.
Oh.
So I'm not even going to go into what's your favorite Tennessee whiskey, what's your drain pour Tennessee whiskey. I don't think we have enough Tennessee whiskeys to do all that with. Now,
old number 7 would be my drain pour.
I do. Well, yeah, that would be. But I do get the barrel strength Jack, the one same as the rye, the barrel select. Yeah. I get the regular
single barrel select.
Yeah, single barrel select Jack. Because a buddy of mine, and I keep it over there a buddy of mine from the military. This has been a tradition we do every year. And we didn't do it on the day he passed away, but we did on his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
That was the biggest thing is whenever he had a birthday, everybody bought him different bottles of Jack Daniels. He was from Tennessee. He loved Jack Daniels. And he
Sinatra Select and
stuff. Well, whatever. If you had the money, we were all dudes in the military, whatever. But we would get the single barrels and the gentlemen's and the different ones, and just give him a good selection of Jack Daniels. I will say this: as far as Jack Daniels goes, if I'm in a pinch, and I've done it before, we were in Utah. Please don't ask about that. That gives me the creepies. Anyway, I hate Utah. Anyway, we were in Salt Lake City, especially there, and we were there for a blade and knife show. Like a national.
I've been to those.
And you know how limited it is to buy alcohol in Utah. Yeah, and we flew there. So it's not like I could pack my shelves to come with me, Yeah. So I went to their little version of an ABC store. And the best thing I could find was Gentleman Jack.
Woof. That's rough.
Well, it's better than Old Number 7.
True.
And
if that's all you had to choose from, that's pretty rough.
Well, and what I did was, how you get those little shavy chunks of ice, from the ice machine.
Mm-hmm.
They're like little flat pieces of ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would pour it over that, and they melt real fast. And I was drinking mostly half and half water with it.
There you go.
And it got the job done.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, I guess Old Number 7 and sweet tea. That might be all right, but
just kind of basically anything. That's why you mix it with Coke, just kind of cover up the taste of the Jack.
Yep, Jack and Coke.
Yeah. Jack and Coke, and it's easy to say at the bar, and everybody knows what it is. You don't have to explain yourself and how to make myself an old fashioned or a smoky old fashioned or a whiskey spritzer. Or
ABC is spelled
Sex on the Beach or some of these other weird ones.
We were staying at this hotel right across the street. It was like when I say cross the street, it was a wide area because the train ran through the middle of it.
Uh-huh.
The little thing that ran to the airport and out. So you had to take a crosswalk to the median, which was the train station part. And then you had to take another crosswalk over, to the convention center. And then it set way back across the big lawn. So it was a damn mile to get there, but you could see it from the hotel. And I got on one of those lime green little scooter things.
Yeah.
And I put my credit card in there because it was, I had to go several blocks down to the only place you could buy liquor. And I bought the Gentleman Jack, and they put it in a bag. And I said, "Do you have a long paper sack?" And they said, "Yeah." And they gave me one, and I wrapped it around the handlebar and let it, like it was just dangling underneath, double back. And I was, these don't rig. Those little things are pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people who get messed up on those things.
Well, they got some tiny little wheels on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know how to do it at first, so I'd get on it, and I think it had a trigger, like a 3-wheeler trigger.
Oh, like a 4-wheeler, yeah.
I think so. I don't think it had a throttle. I think it was a push to go, but I pushed it, and I was like, "What's wrong with this damn thing?" I didn't know you had to push and get going first.
Oh, yeah. It's not going to just take off.
Yeah, it took me a little bit to figure it out, and I was like, "Well, what's wrong?" And then I pushed forward on it while I was pushing the lever down, and I felt it right before I went to stop. I felt it jerk, and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute!" So I kicked it a couple times and then pressed, and then it picks up. It doesn't jerk, like it starts slow, but if you just keep it pegged, it gets faster and faster up to a point.
Got you. Kind of like a moped.
Yeah, something like that. I had growing up, my dad rigged up a mini bike for me. It was like a little lawnmower motor on a motorcycle frame or something, and it had you know how it has the turtle rabbit, and that was it. I'd peg that thing out around the yard.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
Oh, I was so excited on that thing. I knew how to ride a bicycle real well and everything, but I got so excited on that thing. I would get up early before school started and get out there where I'd have time to ride around the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would go put it up, and then I rode with people in the neighborhood to get to school when I was little. Mm.
I got you. Now we're gonna go with a little bit of Shine from Florida.
Okay. All right. Well, after this,
look at the age on that one.
Woo! Yes, that's dark there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I was going to show everybody. You see my arm?
Yeah, you got burned
dark
up.
That is, and look how white my hand is because I have the motorcycle gloves on, and then up here is white. It's like that's the only part that gets sun.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of like that,
Yeah,
here, white. The rest of us, got some tan to it.
The problem is I don't even get the redneck because my helmet covers. It sits down.
I got the redneck V-neck.
Yeah, but it shades my whole. The helmet comes, all the way around. Mm-hmm. It shades you. But I'm getting a tan on the arm.
Yeah. At least you got a little bit of tan going on there. What bottle getting low?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I may grab it tequila moonshine. Oh, don't flip over. Oh, wouldn't that be hilarious? Y'all just see my ass and feet come up in there. I'm up off the ground here. I'm sitting up on a bar stool. Bar height. But I gotta have to finish this first. All right, the next topic. Tennessee whiskey, that was a short topic. There's not much to cover on that one. American single malt whiskey. So this is not just American whiskey. This is American single malt. Somebody else trying it. He's muted over there.
Yeah, I told you.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, sorry. I'm back.
Oh, no problem. No problemos. All right, so we are on American single malt whiskey.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, the rest of it.
All right.
I give Chris a little taste of
Hey,
Florida moonshine, the peach flavored.
She's earned whatever you give her.
Yummy. I like it.
Awesome.
There you go, right, guys. She likes it. Wife approved.
All right, bye, honey.
All right, bye, babe.
All right, so this just like Scotch. Well, just like any single malt, it's a single malt whiskey. It has to be made from 100% malted barley. There you go. It distilled at a single U.S. distillery.
Mm-hmm.
Aged in oak barrels. It doesn't say new, but it says aged in oak barrels with a quote-unquote straight designation requiring at least 2 years of aging.
There you go.
They
finally got all these rules into the TTB now.
Yep. Tobacco and Trade Bureau recognition. They've recently recognized it as a distinct category.
Finally.
Yep. And then many craft distilleries are embracing this category, showcasing innovation in American whiskey production. While adhering to the malted barley requirement, American single malts can exhibit a wide range of flavors and aging techniques. Now, that comes from type of yeast, type of barley, and all
Type of
that.
barrels,
The
how
barrel,
long,
yeah.
finishes.
Let's see here. The official recognition. So this is global standing. The official recognition of this category aims to enhance the global standing and competitiveness of U.S. whiskey makers.
Yep. No.
Still has a damn E in it because now that's in there too on the American side is only whiskey with no E and a Y has to be Scotch. That's the only they only recognize Scotch to be the whiskey with no E.
Yeah. Yeah. The one thing about American single malts, they're not like a Scotch mostly. I mean, they taste a lot different than most of your Scotches.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, you would think, that using the same barley and that kind of stuff to make it, that it would taste like a Scotch. You'd have those different fruity notes, things like that. I don't get that with single malts. Like, well, I got one. Here's one. Peated Westland. It's Westland.
Yep.
It's out in what's it, Washington? Yeah. I cannot pronounce the name. Hoquiam. Hucum. This is 3-year-old, and it's peated. It's fairly dark.
Yeah.
I mean, Washington is pretty north, so it's not going to get a whole lot of aging. But the flavor of that one is more like most of the single malts that I have in the U.S. They're more chocolatey. You get that kind of great chocolate, kind of maybe carob bean note to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny you had Westland because one of the recently, over recent years, some of the top rated American single malts. Now, I don't have the exact bottle or whatever. These are just the distilleries, but it was Westward.
Yeah, Westward.
Had an award winning one. Redwood Empire put out an award winning single malt, and Stranahan's.
Yeah, Stranahan's is pretty decent. I think Courage and Conviction has some single malt. I think they're out your neck of the woods somewhere, Carolinas.
Yeah,
I believe.
I've heard of Courage and Conviction, but I haven't.
I got up there. That should be a Redwood. Yeah, that's the bourbon piper.
Yeah, the only Redwood Empire I have 2 Redwood Empires. They're both bourbon. And I tell you, I like the Redwood Empires, by the way.
Yeah, they're good. They make some good whiskey. All right, we'll have a little pour of this peated Westland. Oh, I almost tore myself up trying to get this open the first time. It's a twist off, not a cork.
You don't see if this
cork is so stubborn; it won't come out.
It won't come out. I was going to see if one of my redwoods was close enough, but I don't think it is. Man, we're going to have about a 50-50 shot here on these samples tonight.
Oh yeah,
I may. Well, I'll see. We'll see what happens here.
Oh, it's real light on the peat. I mean, it's like very background. Hint of smoke.
A hint of smoke.
Just a slight little hint, like say you're in the forest camping, and somebody half a mile down the road from you has got a campfire going, and you can just kind of catch a whiff occasionally.
Kathy Bates. I will say this. The peat, when they say peated, I have ran into situations where people are saying, well, they smoke it, but it's not peat here in the United States,
Well, it depends. I mean, I've got some Andalusia that they have some smoked whiskeys that they smoke with different stuff. They also have some stuff that they got peat from Scotland.
It's from Scotland, and that's where
then smoked their malted grain and then made their whiskey.
Yep.
So
I was gonna say when I talked to the guys at Kings County,
mhm.
they said they get boxes of peat from Scotland.
There you go. Yeah.
And it's dried, it's in the box, it's shipped over. It's like probably looks like a bunch of, I don't know, dried
Yeah.
sod or something.
There you go.
Oh, Revenant. Yeah.
This is peated Andalusia single malt
Mm.
from here in Texas. It's down in Dripping Springs. Well,
All right, how good is
kind
it?
of Blanco, however you pronounce it.
Yeah,
But
Blanco.
good stuff.
Okay.
Andalusia, good stuff.
So it's good. All right.
Oh, yes. And then this one is another American single malt from Andalusia, but this one is put out by Irene Tan, and she's got her own liquor store out in what's that East Coast? Starts with a C, Connecticut.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got her own liquor store there, but she comes down to here. She's working with these folks. She's working with who else? She's working with Andalusia's. Crowded Barrel, Whiskey Tribe. She's working with them. She's doing a lot of their picks and blends and stuff and helping them out. And
Well,
this one's really good. But this one is like a 118 proof, but it drinks about 102.
Yeah, Sugar Kitty put out the Foggy Burrow from Redwood. That was one of the ones. That was one of the ones that won an award.
Yeah, the Foggy Burrow.
Yeah.
Choco Bomb. Yeah, that's what I'm saying about the American single malts. This, for some reason, they have a lot of chocolate notes come through. Maybe it's just their way they're malting it, or
the barley selection.
Yeah, maybe the barley
where it's grown.
Maybe they're toasting the barley and getting that toasted malt.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm not sure, but it's definitely a lot of chocolatey notes with it, which is kind of good. I mean, but it's not something you want all the time.
Man, I tell you, Mr. Mom was asking about I'll tell you this: I love Town Branch, but I have not tried their single malt.
Yeah. Hey, there's the bourbon engineer. He finally showed up. Good to see you.
When I say I love Town Branch, it is a decent flavor, good flavored whiskey, bourbon. Bourbon's what I've tried.
There you go. And that may be it, Sugar Kitty. It may just be the, our terroir of, that malt, of that barley. It just may be that, our soil so that's what it puts out.
Yeah.
Compared to, Scotches, their barley is completely different, grown in Scotland. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see, get a bunch of malt from Scotland, bring it here to the U.S., and then do it. Or it may be that, they're putting it in new oak and it's getting something from that versus, like Scotland and Scotch uses the used barrels,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, our last category of the night is a kind of a big one. It's broad, very broad. It is other American whiskeys. All right. So categories on this. So let me read this. Beyond the main styles, a variety of other American whiskeys exist, often defined by their mash bill. So there's corn, which has to be at least 80% corn, but I've had, ones that were 100. Wheat, at least 51, but of course we've had 100%, wheat whiskeys. Malt, same 51%. Rye, 51%. Or that's rye malt, not just rye whiskey, but rye malt. Right. And then there's the unaged category. That's your White Dog or moonshine. And then experimental mash bills. So, we'll kind of walk through some of these.
experimental, like with the quinoa and all
Yeah,
that.
shit like that. Yeah. Well, it's not just that. It's like heirloom corns and things. Each grain
Bloody
imparts
butcher
a different.
corn.
Yeah, each grain imparts a different flavor to the whiskey. Corn for sweetness, rye for spice, wheat for soft, milder profile. This category highlights the diversity and innovation or innovative spirit within the American whiskey industry. So it's basically experimental, just a bunch of stuff, right? Let's try this. Let's try that. I've even seen them
Yeah.
where they've put different types of wood because if you're not going to call it a bourbon, you don't have to use the oak. Yeah. Oh yeah. So for the categories down here, corn, I put mellow corn, of course,
That's quintessential right there, baby.
and there's others, but wheat, I put Bernheim. If you have not had Bernheim, it's 100% wheat whiskey. Try it.
Wow.
It is soft as hell. Unaged, I put Stone Carver, but Beam, Buff Trace, Dickel, they all have their white dog. They'll they all put it out. And then there's all those different like ones they call moonshine, which aren't really moonshine, but brands and things. But as far as experimental goes, Buffalo Trace has a whole experimental line of things. But
JT Belly, rice whiskey, made out of rice.
There you go.
You dark too.
But a lot of the experimental stuff comes from your boutique distilleries. But yeah, let's talk about some of the. I know I brought up Bernheim. I usually keep a bottle of Bernheim here because for a straight neat wheat, there's just this. There's a sweetness to it, but it's not corn sweet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that mellow corn, it's good, but it's really sweet. It comes across really sweet.
I think if you mixed a little mellow corn and Bernheim wheat, you would probably get some kind of sweet wheated bourbon out of it.
There you go. Yeah. That would be interesting to even try,
Yeah.
Like say Doc Holliday's the soft red wheat, put a little bit of the corn into that, even it out a little bit, make it sweeter.
Yeah, but I like that. See, I have that right here, the Holiday soft red wheat, that bottled and bond. Man, that stuff there, I don't want to mix it with anything. That's just good, boy.
I think yours is different than mine.
Yeah, this is a 6-year bottled and bond.
I got a Rick House proof. It's a 6-year-old.
Okay.
It's
you got the bright red label. Yeah. So you know what mine is? It's 100 proof.
Yep. Well, this is the Rick House proof. It's 119.8.
That's not bad. It's only 19.
Oh, really cool too is on the side label there. They have all the information. What floor in the Rick House, what Rick House, all kinds of stuff. If you're that into nerdy,
Yeah. Oh, I didn't bring it up, but I saved it for here because I consider a blend of American whiskeys to be kind of experimental. It's not single malts. It didn't say single malts. And like, there's really no category. If you make something that doesn't fall into another category, it's a whiskey.
Yeah.
It's made in America. So it's an American made whiskey.
There you go.
But it just doesn't fall in any of these other categories.
Yeah, it's the thing. You don't really see, like blends of American whiskey typically.
Well,
at least it doesn't say on the label. It's a blend,
Well, I've seen them but what they did was like Bull Run put together a blend of American whiskeys and then aged it in sherry barrels. So they procured barrels or got the barrels together with flavor profiles they wanted, blended them all together, and then cask them in sherry casks and let them go for a little bit.
I believe so. I mean, if you're aging it in a barrel, even if it's a used barrel, it could still be considered a whiskey as long as it's
Oh,
over
yeah.
80 proof.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. As long as you're not trying to call it bourbon or something, yeah, it can be a used barrel.
Yeah. Now, you can't call it a bourbon and age it in a used barrel. You can
Yeah.
call it a single malt. And like here in Texas, if I was going to make my own single malt here in Texas, I would put it in a used barrel because it's Texas.
Yeah.
You're not going to get squat for age down here unless you're dealing with it like Still Austin, and really trying to control how much is going on, adding water to it, the petite, whatever it was. I'd keep adding a little bit of water to it to keep the proof about the same so it doesn't take too much barrel impact. So a used barrel would be even better down here in Texas.
All right. I'm making the wheel right here.
Okay. Are y'all swapping whiskeys as much as I am, or is it just me? I've went to moonshine, to bourbons, to rye. I'm all over the place, all over the U.S. tonight. My goodness.
All right. So just about everybody that's on the wheel has a 33% chance of winning.
Well, that's pretty dang good odds right there. 33.3%. The Michter's American is a whiskey nut bourbon in a used barrel. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, they can still call it a whiskey,
Well, it's like we always say, Scotch is whiskey. All Scotches are whiskey, but not all whiskey is Scotch. All bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon. Whiskey is cereal grain. The proof matters. As far as American law goes, it still has the same. Whiskey has the same 160 max proof on distillation, 125 max barrel, 80 proof minimum bottling. That's whiskey. So across the board.
Exactly. And
I know that when we read bourbon laws, we tend to name off every single law, but the way the laws are written, they start with whiskey and they define it. And then bourbon down the pages are, okay, it's the same as whiskey, but here's the differentiators. And we just kind of smush it all together when we bring it to you.
Yeah. And that kind of goes to my thing too, is my little, kind of catchphrase thing, peace, love, and whiskey is because whiskey covers all of them. You could be a Scotch whiskey or Irish whiskey or Japanese whiskey, an American whiskey. Doesn't make a difference. It's all whiskey.
Yep. But rum is not a whiskey because it is not made with cereal grains. It's made with
it's made with
cane sugar.
Sugar
cane. And sherry is a fortified, whiskey.
Fortified
wine. Yeah. So it's not really a whiskey.
No.
And then there's neutral spirits, vodka, shit like that.
But you can do something like this and go with sweet potato moonshine.
There you go.
Now I can't get this anymore. They don't make it anymore. There wasn't as much of a demand for it, so that's the last bottle of it.
See, that's
moonshine. That's Texas, legal Texas moonshine right there.
Yeah.
Made out of sweet potatoes.
I'm gonna save that tequila moonshine here. I'm gonna leave it up here on my bar though for next week. I'm gonna pour because I don't care if I kill this or not. So I'm not, but I'm just gonna pour a little more of it. I'm drinking it. Why not?
Yeah, your light whiskey is at a higher proof than 160.
Yeah.
And that's
there's all kind of rules.
They're mainly only ones that I know of that make a light whiskey.
Well, and it was like they're
light when it's that heavy proof.
Yeah. Well, there's certain things that on the books, if you read down through some obscure shit, in the law, like that's where Kansas City whiskey, Jay Riggers found that little clause that said it can contain up to 2% sherry.
Up to 2% sherry.
Right. So they put 1% sherry along with their it was a bourbon and a rye and the 1% sherry. And they registered it as Kansas City whiskey. So now it's a registration that Kansas
Yeah.
City whiskey is made up of this because they.
Yep.
So you just have to be the first one to come up with it.
Yeah, that one Stranahan's that I got when I was out in Colorado 2 years ago, the sherry one. I guarantee it's more than 2% sherry in that one.
Yeah.
I mean, they would slap you upside the head with the amount of sherry that was in that thing. It was like, wow, that's
Yeah,
rough.
that light whiskey follows the same law as the neutral spirit. They distill at 190.
Yeah, yeah, and then what they'll age that in used barrels, I believe.
Probably.
We'll get a bottle of J. Rieger's. There you go.
Hell yeah. I mean, try, and I'm telling you right now, try their bottled and bond bourbon. It's aged six years, and it's really good. But drink it separate from and you can get them both because they're like $36 a piece, $35 a piece. They're not like super high. But yeah, don't drink them. Don't drink the bourbon after you try the Kansas City whiskey because it has that punch you in the face, freaking sherry in it.
There we go. We'll give.
That looks like a Balcones.
Yeah. That's not dark at all. Come
That's
on.
not dark. Well, the shape of the bottle and the color of the juice, that looks like a Balcones to me.
This is a Rumble Cask
Rumble.
Reserve.
Oh, Balcones Rumble. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a Texas wildflower honey, turbinado sugar, and mission fig spirit. They don't even call it a whiskey.
They can't because it's not made with cereal grain.
There you go. So it's
Well,
completely different.
Has more than yeah.
And it's about 100 and almost 120 proof, 59.7 ABV.
Okay,
So
that's not bad.
59, 18,
That's 120,
119 and change.
or yeah, 119 point whatever. Yeah, 0.4.
Yeah, look,
That's dark.
G Dart.
All right, let me know how it tastes now.
Oh, it's nice. It smells like a whiskey. Slightly sweet, fruity, a little bit of raisin, a little bit of burnt sugar, brown sugar, dark brown sugar.
Yeah.
Oh, it's quite good. Does not drink at the proof. It drinks a lot lower than the proof. Yeah, that's a dangerous whiskey. You don't want to. That's why there's that much of it. You don't want to drink much of that one. You know, I only poured like just a little bit in the Glen there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one's good. I don't drink that one very often. It's quite tasty.
It's like a amped up hot toddy in a bottle.
Yeah, basically. And then they also put out a single malt.
Yeah.
That's a Balcones single malt. Look at the darkness on that.
I know it, boy. They age that shit at 140 degrees. It's like
Well, then this one's 64.6 ABV.
damn. Yeah.
So double that one. That's what, 128, 129?
I like from what I've tried, and I don't want to be blasphemous or anything, but I have enjoyed more variations of Balcones than I have of Garrison Brothers.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Garrison Brothers to me is way over oaked, too woody, too bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the bitter oak tannins. It's like way too much of it.
Yep.
Some people really like that though, you know.
Right. And to each their own. I just that doesn't.
Yes, that's a lineage.
Yep.
Good stuff. It really is. Now that was a total too of the lineage. Now I think it's going to change a little bit by Balcones, just because of the takeover by Diageo. So I think what they're going to be putting out now is going to be different than what they have been putting out in the previous years because they had, Jared had total control of whatever he wanted to make. They would bury
Well,
kegs in the ground and stuff and age it, and just all kinds of weird stuff.
and Diageo is going to want. I mean, they'll still
We want
let.
this, and this.
Well, they want that to be productive and bring in money.
Yep.
Then beyond that, here you can do whatever you want in the experimental room as long as
Yeah.
we're still making money off the
Exactly.
mainstream stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
But
So-
anytime a big company comes in, and I don't fault them for it because they are about the numbers. And if you make a softer bourbon that has a few unique flavors, you just can't overwhelm your massive audience
Yeah.
because it's not going to sell in mass.
No.
And once you put that out, now you can put some more bottles out if you want, but you can't interrupt the big money draw. But
Yeah.
I mean, these companies have a responsibility to their shareholders.
And that's what screws up a lot of the
Yeah.
good stuff, as far as I'm concerned.
The only way to keep it is don't sell out.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, this is not my passion project. This is my life business. If I sell out, to Diageo,
Yeah.
me and my family are going to be well taken care of, and I can still experiment on the side,
Yeah.
So
They've been after Tito's for
Mhm.
years now. Diageo and a few other bigwigs, they've been after him for years, trying to buy him out because he's
Yeah.
worldwide now.
oh,
And
he doesn't care.
yeah,
He doesn't
he don't care. He's like,
Yeah.
whatever. Y'all piss
Yeah.
off. I'm making fine. I'm doing fine by myself. I don't need your help with any distribution or anything else.
But that's your Cinderella story.
Yeah. And
not everybody.
I made one of his first stills.
Yeah.
It's working as a welder.
All right. Well, we're going to spin this thing. So we have 3 people on the wheel, and it is going to be samples of cast strength, barrel proof. I will pick them later. So I'm going to share the screen.
Got pretty good odds.
Pretty good odds.
RB,
Top Dog, and Kathy
Top Dog.
Bates. Here we
All
go.
right,
I'm just going to hit shuffle a whole bunch of times and hit the middle.
Spin. All right, who's it going to be? I can actually read it this time. It's not too small.
Kathy Bates.
Looks like Kathy Bates.
Is going to be it. Right there. All right. Here we go. Let me put Kathy Bates down here.
Cheers and congratulations, Kathy Bates. She hadn't won anything in a while.
Well, she just did again.
Yeah.
So there we go. Man, this cast strength. Unless she doesn't want cast strength, she can let me know. That's our 2-minute warning, by the way. I only have 2 alarms set for the show now.
Well, she said thanks. She didn't say anything about, I don't want cast strength. I
Well,
want
she'll get with me on that. She knows how to message me. But I have 3 alarms set. One is our warning, hey, your show's about to start. That way I know we have a few seconds before we start the show.
Sure.
And then I have I have an 8:15 alarm that lets me know, hey, you need to start thinking about getting ready to spin and all that stuff. Put people on the wheel and everything. And then I have a 2-minute warning.
Okay.
So we can start wrapping things up. All right. I think we've exhausted our topics for tonight.
Kathy Bates says she's fine with cast strength whiskey.
All right. Well, they're going to be some cast strengths.
That's all right. Then Jody will hook you up with some good old cast strength stuff.
Sure will.
I've got the rye guy. I've got his samples behind me, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, what was his name? Sean Holgrave. I've got his samples poured up, labeled, and ready to go. I just got to get them bubble wrapped and take them to the post office because I've been stupid busy dealing with getting rid of garbage trucks and cleaning up this property, and I had 7 beehives to get rid of. Oh my God! So it's been a week. So
Oh, I'll tell you, for me, I thought I was about out of sample bottles.
I am.
And then I
2 ounce
realized
apples, I'm out of them.
there was a whole other layer of bottles underneath that layer. So I've got plenty for now. All right,
No.
guys. Well, we're at the end of the show. I hope y'all had a good time. I hope we even had some good information come out where we go,
Yeah,
So
maybe we
other
can
than that,
provide a little bit.
see you next week.
All right. Peace, love, and whiskey, y'all. Cheers.